somebody else is doing it and they're good at it, doesn't mean that you can't do it either.
Well, and just because you're shooting a wrist strap doesn't mean you can't use back tension to release it.
Yeah,
I do it all the
true.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then same thing, you're shooting the thumb button. There's
Hmm.
nothing says you have to actually pull that thumb button to fire it.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
actually on mine, I don't, it's out there, but I don't have the knurled knob on mine. It's completely gone. I took it off. And I got the button that it fastens to that goes right into that
Yeah.
that spot between the index finger and the thumb, and then I grip it pretty deep in my hand.
Hmm.
And now I've got my hand wrapped around it, and I can take my thumb. It's a Carter chocolate addiction. I can take
Right.
my thumb
Yeah.
and I can put pressure on the bottom of the release. So I've got pressure on there, and now as I pull through, nothing on my hand moves.
Yeah.
Now, if I make a fist, if I tighten it up, I can force it to go off. But I
Right.
have to
Yeah.
think about that. But if in order to do that, I got to think about tightening my hand up. So I
Hmm.
draw through it and just go right through it.
Right. Yeah.
And
Pull through. Yeah.
and then if when I put my wrist strap on, now everybody always puts them on wrong. They put them on their hand. It's not a hand strap; it's a wrist strap. So
Hmm.
your hand, where your wrist bends, your wrist is above that part that bends. That's where you need to
Hmm.
fasten it to. And now then, I like to show people this why you need to. If you take and grab your hand and pull on your hand, where do you feel? You feel it in the wrist separating.
Hmm.
You grab on the wrist itself, and now the pressure goes right straight into your back.
Hmm.
And that's kind of the difference. And I like to tell, I tell this all the time, but when I find somebody's an archer and I ask them to use a wrist strap, and they says, yeah, and it's like, well, I'm gonna give you first lesson free. Quit pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
And they say, what? Yeah, you're pulling the trigger, aren't you? And I'd never seen them
Mhm.
shoot. It's like, well,
Yeah.
yeah. How do you make it go off? So
Yeah.
then I'll explain a little bit, and basically it's okay. Take your finger, hold it all the way up. Now aim, aim, aim. Don't think about nothing. If you break your concentration, you're gonna die. Now move that finger without thinking about it. And they move it. It's like, yeah, I can do it. I'm done teaching them right there because their mind is closed. Then
Yeah.
I'll have them switch. So I'll do it the other the non-dominant hand. Yeah, I can do it. Okay, your lessons started and stopped right there. So
Yeah.
I'm done in just a few minutes because if they can't tell that right there, it's too hard to get their mind open to learn. And then others like, oh yeah, and it's like I had to. Okay, now you're a good student.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
kind of
And I
use
think
that as
that,
a figure out.
yeah, you develop those bad habits and then they're hard to break. Like I said, bad habits are hard to break. It's easier to not develop a bad habit to begin with.